Hi, the TAKful Creator here. Okay, let's get started. May God the Creator bless us. May God the Redeemer heal us. May God the Holy Spirit enlighten us. Give us eyes to see, ears to hear, and hands to do the work of God. Feet to walk the path of justice, and mouths to preach the good news. May the angel of peace, prosperity, love, abundance, guidance, grace, mercy, appreciation, kindness, and thanks watch over us. Ooh, and lead us to the reign of God. Ashe, 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 ashe. Okay, so just to get the rest of the deck out here, it looks like we're in need of some unconditional love. Okay, so just as a premonition, Archangel Samuel, who is the divine benefactor of unconditional love, which can be seen by the numerology of 5, which signifies change, quick change, very swift change, change for your better, and usually that's in line with your soul mission, which is a part of your soul contract. Okay, now we talk about soul contract. Here we have a friendly acquaintance or a new contact that is wiretapped or is wiretapping someone else. Okay, why? We see this because of a bank or credit loan and a lymphatic system. So someone's crying about some money. Someone's crying about needing to pay some money, having to pay some money, not having the means to pay someone some kind of money or pay for it with some kind of recompense or whatever the case is. Yeah. Just know that there's some kind of wiretap nature, and not only is it spiritual, it's physical. So people are listening in on what's going on, or someone is, I wouldn't say snitching, but they're telling other people your business and telling other people your information. Okay, now while they're doing this, they're purging emotions, quote unquote. Now that just means they're crying. It doesn't mean that their tears are necessary. It just means that they are purging whatever emotions that they feel on their person. Okay, so let's say they are anxiety ridden because they're lying about something. Well, they're crying in front of someone. To that other person, it just seems like they're emotional about what's happening. But in actuality, they're crying because they are super anxious about a lie that they are pushing and they want you to believe. Okay? So the tears seem appropriate, but it's to manipulate the situation, right? So, and what do we mean by that? To get pity from the other person. Okay, so that other person is people pleasing the crier. Okay, and it's all because of this, maybe not having resources, needing a bank or credit loan, or having to pay someone up and not having any resources after it because we have this feast or famine. It's like you're crying for a meal of food, or you're crying for $1 to purchase food, or that's how you're coming off, when in actuality this money could be to go to the dentist's office, or this money could be to kill/die something, to release some kind of guilt on something. Like this money is parasitical. Okay, they're using it to complete a solo mission that's outside of what they're expressing to you. So if they're crying to you about not having food because they used all their money for other things, realize those other things that they spent their money on could have been spent on food. They chose to spend it on other things that didn't bring positivity to anyone's life, that didn't help anyone's life. In actuality, it was selfish. It was a 007 mission to get something done, or to manipulate something, to push something in their favor, when in actuality they should have let it go. It was a great time to cease and desist, and instead they took the last of their resources and purchased a tool that would hurt someone else, or purchased a resource that would push negative energy, or push somebody down the stairs and pay them off. Like it's something, and it was a costly venture. So it's not like they paid more for what they needed. It's not like they're asking for more than what is needed. It's just the fact that they're asking. So let me give an example. Okay, let's say someone paid a practitioner to push negativity, to quote unquote curse someone, right? Well, they're going to their family now and saying that they don't have any money because they spent it all on bills. They need to eat. They need to, purchase basic arrangements for their day-to-day lives, like, I don't know, lotion, body wash, those kind of things, when in actuality they have the money for that. They just chose to spend it on something they don't want to share with anyone. So they're crying to people, begging for money, asking for money to pay for stuff that they would have to pay for. It's costly, which means you got to spend money on food. You have to spend money on toiletries. You have to spend money on travel. But they're letting go of the, that little nugget of information that they had the necessary resources to pay for all their stuff. They used it for stuff they weren't supposed to pay. Okay? Now, they had to pay those people probably because they already did the work, but it was unnecessary. Now, whatever happened in Aries season, because that's what I'm getting here by this Aries in reverse. I'm not really getting like Aries as the sign. Right now, we're in a retrograde, and Mercury being in retrograde right now in Taurus season, Aries and Scorpio are the main signs that are having to deal with change, like fast-paced change. However, Aries is dealing with the more positive aspects of fast-paced change, whereas Scorpio is dealing with the more negative or the releasing aspects of change, letting go, whereas Aries is bringing on. So if we're talking about Aries, being in Mercury retrograde, having to let go of the negative stances, premonitions, perceptions that they have so that they can move forward. Not letting go of actions, not letting go of people, letting go of a mindset so that they can attract better. That's the Mercury retrograde Aries is in right now. They're resisting arrest. This energy is resisting this change for the better. Okay, letting go of the need to do this kind of parasitical stuff, like going to see a practitioner or paying a reader to do something, or paying your friends to go stalk someone, or paying your friends to bully someone. And I say pay because you can pay them in any kind of way. Like, you can say a favor for a favor, you can say money, you can say whatever the case is energetically, but there's some kind of exchange, okay? And this exchange has been going on since February, wanting this gladiator status, being a perpetrator when it comes time for a dining room. And honestly, the perpetrator with the dining room started in October. So right now we're seeing that during these times, the astrological clock in this energy is pushing a shift in perspective, a shift in time, a shift in the predictable cycle they keep offering. But even though it's a great time to cease and desist, they're not doing that. Instead, they're finding more tools and more resources to bring up baggage that should be left in the past. That's what I'm getting by this garage tool shed energy. You know how you keep your stuff from high school, stuff from grammar school, baby clothes and stuff like that in the garage. You never really want to use those things again because the energy is reminiscent, it's nostalgic. You bringing that energy back into play means that you have to revisit the lessons there and learn them again, or see if the lessons were learned. The whole point of the item staying in this location is so that you have a stored memory bank. Your energy is collectively in one area, symbolically, like the energy of a memory, right? So like if you have your memories are in your mind, and your memories are not shared with anyone else. However, what can happen is you constantly share that one memory with other people. Now other people feel like they're a part of the memory because they've heard it so often. Now that you share this memory so often, they feel like they're a part of it. The universe is offering opportunities to learn from it. When in actuality, you can stop sharing that memory, leave it in your memory bank, i.e. your garage or tool shed, and then whenever you personally need a little jogging of memory on a certain lesson or whatever the case is, you'll get a nostalgic moment personally. And the rest of the universe doesn't have to create anything. You don't have to have any chaos, no tower moments, no people coming to you, forcing you into situations. Why? Because you're doing all of this internally. You're understanding that certain memories are only there to help you progress forward, not for you to share with others, because the only way for you to share with others is for others to be on that frequency of whether they learn the lesson, need to learn the lesson, or need to teach the lesson. So what aspect of that situation are you? Because that is what's going to dictate the process, if that makes sense to you. Okay? Let me give an example. So, if I have a memory and I'm sharing that memory with you, I'm telling you that there's something a part of that memory that I need to digest a little bit more. I need to analyze a little bit more. Can you help me do that? You, being within frequency, say, you know what? Yeah, I'm here for that. So what do you need me to do? Do you need me to listen to your memory? To jog your brain on what didn't work or what did work? Do you need me to show you physically what worked and what didn't work? Or do you want me to express to you how I would tell someone else to handle that situation? So that is, do you want to be a part of it again? Do you want that other person to learn from it? Or do you want to give an opportunity for someone to teach? Okay, now all of this is you going through a nostalgic moment that you don't really have to go through. You can do all of this on your own. The people around you is just an example. You're energetically letting the universe know that there's a lesson that needs to be learned again, wasn't learned, or needs to be taught. Okay, that's why we keep this garage tool shed energy in the garage and tool shed. Okay, why? Brings about parasitical relationships. So let's figure out a little bit more about this missed or lack opportunity with someone's biology. Okay, what I'm gauging from that is a missed or lack of opportunity with DNA upgrades. You physically saying, I accept this level up, I accept this ascension, please change my DNA to align with someone with an energy that is better or greater than myself. Usually that energy is in line with your highest self. You know, if you're not out here being demonic and, you know, calling on negative energies like a comedy show. But that's neither here or there. I just see a lot of readers like pull on whatever energy that they can, opposed to the energy that is in the upright. And don't get me wrong, that energy can definitely be negative. Like that energy can definitely be karmic. And you are in the upright because you are letting the collective know what works and what doesn't work. But I see a lot of readers just pulling on any energy because they just want the tea. But notice when you pull on that energy, you can pull on trickster energies that are offering information that's not 100% solid. So what you're doing is you are showing people a certain reel, right? And in that reel, you're telling them, like, if you see this happen in real life, this is the end result. So once these people see these little markers, like, oh, okay, this must be what they were talking about, they're already anticipating the end result. But you lied to them about the end result because you are engaging in trickster energies. You're not engaging in fully honest energies. They're only going to give you but so much information. That's the whole point of using something like a pendulum, to where, hi divine, you can ask if there's any trickster energies present. Are there any trickster energies present? Exactly. Now, are there any trickster energies present in most readings? Exactly. Are most readers pulling on these energies? Yes. So how do we make sure that we don't pull on the energies? Well, trickster energies have to be honest. Now, they don't have to give full honesty. So here, let me give an example. Can you show me no, please? Thank you. Can you show me yes? Thank you. Can you show me that we're on the right track? And that we need to double back? Much appreciated. Okay, so what do I mean? Well, Are there trickster energies present? Yes. Are they manipulating the reading? No. Well, are they the only people in this reading? No. Okay, well, are there readings where they're the only people present in readings? Yes. Okay, in my readings? No. My readings are initiated by the divine, the ultimate creator. Yes. So if God is not heading the reading here, it's not happening. I just want to let you know. But I know like 2 or 3 other readers where they are only listening to trickster energies. Trickster energies have to be honest, but their honesty is deceptive. So let's say you had a riddle in front of you. Well, the riddle is made for you to get the wrong answer, even though the answer is very obvious. Okay? So the trickster energies obviously want you to do the right thing, but they don't want to make it easy for you. So if you don't do the right thing, it's on your end. Whereas angels, they want you to do the right thing, and everything in them has to show you only the right way. It's not really up for your own decision making. Trickster energies give it to you to have your own decision making. Now, trickster energies are like pets. The pet can listen to you and be the bestest friend in the whole world, or the pet can be upset that you're not doing what you need to do and offer you a bit of chaos so that you can clean up your own mess. Right? What does that mean? Well, if you have a dog and you didn't walk your dog, and then all of a sudden your dog pees on the floor, that's your own fault, because you know responsibility with having a dog. You need to walk your dog. So clean up your own mess and learn the value of keeping to your responsibilities. You won't have to deal with a pissy floor. Instead, you'll deal with the happy dog who peed outside because you decided to walk him. Everyone's taking care of their responsibilities. That is what a trickster energy is. Okay? So if I say, are there any trickster energies present? And they say no, that would be a complete lie. A complete and utter lie. I would have to ask something along the lines of, do we have high vibrational energies with us? They'll say yes, because trickster energies are higher vibrational. But they're not the highest vibration. Okay? And if you only say, are they high vibe energies here? And you say yes, okay, well that means there are only trickster energies there. Okay? Trickster energies can lead you astray. But if I say, are there high vibe energies here? Yes. Are there archangels and guides here? Yes. You see? Are there trickster energies here? Yes. Okay. So that's what I mean by when you're speaking to trickster energies, you have to be a little bit more in depth. You have to be a little bit more detailed in your questioning, because it's all about your intent. If you just want to know, they're going to give you some information and let you push people in the wrong direction. But if you want to know with the intent to help, with the intent to be pure, then they're going to help you practice discernment so that you can see what details are important and what details are going to help you down a better path. Okay? So we have some kind of American here that fell from grace, a gun owner that is paying a lot of attention to the root chakra, so paying a lot of attention to their ability to move in the world. Okay? And what do I mean by that? So with your root chakra is usually stationary. It's like, where are you planted? Well, this person is not really planted anywhere. They're figuring out where to replant themselves. Okay? They're rerouting. Now, we get a grassy area and a mountainside venture. Well, that can be where this rerouting process is happening. They need to go and ground. This Capricorn reverse energy, they're not seeing the bigger picture. They're not purifying their system by way of water, not purifying their energy by way of grounding. They're not purifying their space by way of cleaning. They're not doing the necessary purging of toxins. And that happens with purifying. Okay, so we say put down, pick up 3, and we're going to have some luck with the 3 that we pick up, because we're seeing that we're moving in a better direction. We have some kind of possessiveness on a Monday morning. Say no to stalkers. Okay, so here's the luck. Although trickster energies are present, they're letting you know exactly what you need to stray away from. However, The only way for you to stray away from these energies is if you do not engage with the energy. That means you can't hold that energy yourself with someone else. You can't hold that thought process in your mind. Remember the predictable cycles, you're pushing that away, okay? So you have to say no to stalkers, which means you need to stop stalking. You need to say no to Monday mornings, which means you need to stop waking up on the wrong side of the bed. Okay? Stop being so possessive. Okay? Things are not yours. There's no such thing as possession. Even your temple, your body is not yours. Okay? It is Mother Gaia's. It is the universe's. At any time, the universe can take your body back and your spirit, your soul will be out there looking for a new vessel. Okay? So just know that whatever you want ownership of can be taken away from you. Not to say that it will, you'll be given quote unquote opportunities for you to see whether or not you can handle keeping said thing that you want ownership of. Or you can live in this this mindset of nothing is yours. You own absolutely nothing, and since you own nothing, there's a freedom there. Now that brings its own issues, so we're not really going to get into that, but because it takes a higher vibrational being, a higher frequency individual to keep that alignment pure, because emotions and ego really cloud a lot of things. So we're not really going to get on that. Murderer, self-defense. That could happen because, people after the witching hour, because, people are possessive. People want things their way and their way only. But, there's some kind of irrelevant information with someone who needs to go to the dentist and being a blocked contact. Okay, we're kind of happy that they're a blocked contact. They need to kind of stay that way because they're offering irrelevant information in April. We were talking about the Aries in reverse. Right now we're in April, the end of April, where it's Taurus season, but it's Mercury retrograde. Okay, in the next 2 weeks, we already have 1 week of Mercury retrograde now. We have 2 more weeks. And ironically, the end of Mercury retrograde for this Aries Scorpio inflection is my birthday. Aha! It's my birthday. So leading up to my birthday is nothing but Mercury. I love it in retrograde. My life is amazing. Demons are present. We know. The demons are my pets at this point. Talk about cats and dogs. But the demons can only be your pets if you are literally one with God. Okay? But so these demons that are present, they're here to offer the karma. The only reason why demons are present, because of this Mercury retrograde, it is offering the shift in dynamic. Not all demons are terrible, horrible entities, okay? Some demons are meant to do the dirty work that the angels are not going to do, so that people can move into a higher vibration, a collective alignment, okay? So let's say, right, you're a coach for a really great team and you want to teach your team about manners. So you go to an area where a team really doesn't have good manners at all, and you have your team play them so they can see firsthand how it is to verse people with the same age, maybe the same ethnicity, same background, almost the same resources, but without the same manners, without the same work ethic, without the same fundamentals, and see how it feels firsthand. The camera always shutting off. Anyway, back to that example, right? So no one's saying anything bad about the team that doesn't have the manners. They're only like that because of the environment that they're in. They're made to be that way. But this team that's going to verse them to learn their lesson is being shown that you are not in that environment. You are not like these individuals, so you should not show up like them. If you do show up like them, this is how the other people around you will feel. Do you like feeling that way? No. Okay, so when we go verse other teams, no matter who the team is, better or worse than us, we're going to make sure that we have some kuth about us. We're going to make sure that we are positive. We're going to make sure that we have a good sportsmanship. Okay? Now, this is all because that coach allowed demonic entities to teach their team a lesson. You can't really use angels to teach him a lesson in that regard, because the lesson wouldn't be that provoking. Okay, an angel could come up to you, tap you on the shoulder. I don't think you're supposed to do this. This would be a better way. And then you can have a demon tap you on the shoulder and push you down a flight of steps and be like, I bet you wouldn't step near the edge like that again. Which one are you going to listen to a lot more easily? Are you going to listen to the angel just tapping you on your shoulder? Or are you going to listen to that demonic energy that pushed you down the steps and said, hey, don't idly stand that close to steps then if you don't want to get pushed? Okay, so that's what we mean by you can't have good without bad. You can't have light without darkness, okay? So if we're talking about angels this, angels that, and they're all so amazing, we need to still praise the demons, because the only reason why the angels are that amazing is because the demons are taking care of some of the grunt work so that the angels are not labeled in a negative light. Okay? If your favorite teacher in the whole world was also the disciplinarian in the school, I'm pretty sure a lot of people wouldn't favor that teacher. Purely, they will only favor that teacher so that they're not in trouble. Okay? It's really hard to wear the two hats. So let the angels be your favorite teacher, only because the demons present have the job to show you that there's a better way, and the easier way. You go to that way and learn, or you can learn in this worse way. But the demons are going to teach you a lesson too. Demons on demon time will continue to teach you that lesson until they feel like they want to stop. Whereas the angels will only teach you the lesson up until your ability to correct yourself, learn the lesson, whatever the case is. Demons, they don't care. You get yourself out the situation with them, whereas the angels, they guide you through the situation. Alright, but don't ponder it too much, alright? There's some kind of super simp that is recycling some kind of bad ideas with an abortion and needing to go to a clinic, okay? So maybe someone is kind of being afraid of commitment, afraid of moving forward, afraid of longevity based on past experiences, and this April month is kind of triggering for them because of the other Aprils up until this point that weren't as positive, okay? So as a side note, I'm just going to wish you the best on that one. Evidence is necessary if you even like feel this treachery happening. Just know that it's all because like this fantasy or dream-like nature is too much for people who can't access it. So if you're out here living the dream and other people see that, they're going to want to stifle that. They're going to want to throw some treachery down your way. They're going to want to throw a wrench in your plans. That could also mean throwing mental magic at you to have you feel like you can't commit to something, to have you feel like you can't honor yourself, to have you feel like you're back in a pattern that you've done so much work to remove yourself from. Okay? Don't let them do that. Don't give them that power. Okay? You're going to have some luck here. But it's only if you don't think about what these people are saying too much. Okay? That's where your discernment comes into play. You hear someone start saying something and your body starts to react negatively, turn it off. Turn it off. If you hear something and your body starts to, just react, maybe listen to it a little bit more. If it's not causing you pain, and if it's not causing you an entrapment, listen a little bit more. Maybe the discomfort is showing you where you have to change. But if that discomfort is causing you pain, run. Even if it's my video, turn it off. Turn it off. I am not here to hurt or cause pain to anyone. I'm here to offer awareness. Okay? If that awareness causes you pain, turn off the video. Turn it off. Turn it off. Don't blame me for your suffering. Someone's going to want to stay the night. But it's not going to be in a very royal light. They're going to stay the night because they're recycling these bad ideas of maybe wanting to be a rapist, pedophile, molester, engaging in bad influences. And what I mean by that is kind of taking sex opposed to engaging in sex. So maybe they're pushing the envelope with someone a little bit too much in a way that kind of takes the choice away from them. And because it takes the choice away from them, it could be seen as kind of like rape or something like that. Even the person who's going through, going along with it, they just feel like they have to, or, something worse is going to happen. That can also be considered as, but they're replaying old scenarios in their head. That's where this entrapment is coming from. They're not grounded and they need this healing, but this healing's not taking place. Instead, they're disassociating from their feelings. But disassociating from their feelings is just going to make things worse. This luck with all of this is going to be positive for them, but it's like positive once they think about it. So it's going to be negative the entire time up until once they think about it. That doesn't even make sense. See, that's how you know people are in a mental entrapment. Like when I'm literally going through the reading, I am digesting, I'm analyzing, I'm understanding what's going on. And then I'm like, what is even happening here? What is going on? That is how this person is. That is how this energy is. It's like the second they understand what's going on, they mentally detach, they emotionally detach, and they go into like a homicidal rage. They are triggered. And when I see by dentist's office, their foundational power, which would be your teeth, right? Your hair is your power with the spiritual. Your teeth would be your power with the physical. That's how you can kind of gauge it, right? So the power with the physical is not in alignment. They need some kind of reconstruction in order to push them in a more divine, high vibrational light. Because once they're in a higher frequency, the confusion, the cloud will go away. The mental entrapment will go away. They'll be able to process all of these triggers and everything that resurfaces every April. They'll be able to process it. But they can't because they're too busy laughing at their own pain, seeing this as their own mission. This is like, it's so singular. They don't feel like they can go seek help. They don't feel like they can go talk to anyone to assist them. They feel like they have to do everything that they feel like they have to do it all alone. But they're not even calling on the spiritual. They're not even calling on God. Like there's no sense of inner child healing comedy show. Like there's no sense of resolve here. So there's two energies. And since there's two energies here, that's the reason why it's so confusing. Because there's one energy that's kind of like a victim here. And then there's another energy that's a perpetrator. But the perpetrator is only being seen through the victim's eyes. So if the victim is in the energy of being a victim, the perpetrator looks like a victim too. So now we're getting all this victim talk, and it's like 1 second we're over here, then another second we're over here, and it's not one storyline because there's two energies here, and the perpetrator is trying to cloak themselves in the victim light. The Aquarius over here is laughing at somebody's pain, and I'm pretty sure this is between an Aquarius and an Aries then, but this is all happening during Aries season, during this Mercury retrograde. That's the issue. Aries is the sign that is heavily going through this retrograde, whereas Aquarius is a bit light. So for them, it's like another day, whereas for the Aries, it's like this is life-changing opportunities. This is really deep, and for this Aquarius, it's very superficial. It's like this is just another Monday, it's another Tuesday type of thing, right? This Aquarius was granted material items or material access because of some kind of divine occurrence, where they were arrested. The irony, they were given justice to allow themselves to travel, okay, because we're getting this transit with a train, so they allowed the justice of traveling, because they decided to maneuver as a sacrificial lamb. Okay, what does that mean? They put themselves in the light of a victim, like a sacrificial lamb, to ask for resources. But these resources are to murder someone. They're out without a paddle, and they're learning from a teacher how to get, offer better foreplay or sex, to, go to different areas, to see better sights and stuff, like sightseeing, to generate more income, and to move in a more passionate light that escapes the rage. So while this person is learning all of these hints and secrets to better themselves, in actuality they're not seeing that the divine is blinding them, right? The divine is giving them this faded occurrence so that they're entertained over here, while the real energy can sift through all this deep-seated, rooted pain that needs to be unearthed and grounded and realigned and refocused for the better. It can't happen if this Aquarius is over here constantly throwing the same energy into the thing. Like, you're not both victims. One of you is a victim, one of you isn't. And for you to have all this positivity, student, teacher, granted material, when in actuality they're in survival mode, with this suicide attempt being a kind of chiropractor or spa. And what I mean by that is suicidal attempt of them, like, physically putting their body in harm's way, or being a compulsive liar about dining in, a compulsive liar about needing money for food, when in actuality you're using that money for other things, and using your bold nature, your vocalizations to manipulate and deceive, opposed to bring together and augment, right? Because we got this white Caucasianness, which to me is like, I'm just going to tell you what you want to hear in the most polite way possible so I can get what I want, right? That kind of palatableness that has no depth. That's what I'm getting by this white thing. You know how you put on your white voice when you're on the phone type of thing? That's what I'm getting. That I'm going to just sound really nice to you. It's very soft and meek because I don't want you to think I'm an aggressor. Like, that's what I'm getting here, right? And then here we go with this victims or victimization, and it's on this side. So most victims don't feel like they're a victim. Most victims want to be a survivor, not want to be clapped for like a survivor, but want to feel like they've gotten the freedom that was necessary from the situation. Whereas this person is really just focusing on the label of making sure that they're a victim and making sure that they're privileged. They don't really care about being sick or looking sickly. They're not caring about, lack of luck. They're not caring about a lack of purging. I'm getting like antioxidants. That's what this person needs to like detox their system. This person is excessively toxic, and they may come off like a sex worker or stripper. Now, I don't mean like they see that red and this alcohol enthusiast. I don't mean like they're out there trying to make money, make ends meet for their family. No, I mean like they are promiscuous. They use their body to get what they want. And it's like, that could be like dressing immodestly, like you use a lot of cleavage, your clothes look like they're painted on, you're showing a lot of skin, you're not worried about like how your hair looks or anything like that. And I don't mean like you're getting your hair done, I mean like your hair being washed, you looking presentable, looking like, especially if you're taking care of other people, you have to show that you can take care of yourself. But this, with being an alcohol enthusiast, like, I'm getting like they drink at all times of the day. They don't really care. They look kind of sloppy in how they show up, and that's why they have to give this white Caucasian vibe to them, so that people are not alarmed with how sloth-like they are. Okay, but this other energy already knows that it's a comedy show. So in order for them to detach emotionally to handle the baggage that they have to kind of laugh it off, because they no longer want to cry it off. This energy is the one with the lymphatic system and the crying and the pushing of victim here, victim here, victim here. You're not the victim is here. When in actuality, you're the perpetrator. You're the person that's putting on this whole scenario for you to be the victim. Like, what? I don't know. What needs to happen here? These energies need to just sever ties and just never talk to each other again. Need to see that they are not within each other's frequency and remove themselves from each other's presence in all forms. Yeah, because at this point it's like, who's more the victim? The victim that's the victim, or the victim that wants to be the victim? Bruh, I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. Okay, so we can close out the reading? Yeah. All right, so just know that this Aquarius has a lot of trickster energies around them, whereas this Aries is fighting those trickster energies to see a better way, because that is the agreement between them. But the only resolution for this contract of learning and progressing and growing would be to completely sever ties. So, hate to be the one, hurry up and do it so the collective can be better for it, okay? So I wish us all luck. I wish us all the best. I'll see you soon. Until the next.